Hello YouTube, Vlogger Eric's Rants here, and this week my video is about the resignation of Sean Spicer from the role of press secretary, and thus ends a short and absolute train wreck of a role in the Trump administration, and just the latest in the saga of Donald Trump's administration. With all of that out of the way, let's begin. So, what happened to cause Sean Spicer to resign? Well, apparently it was Sean's vehement disagreement with Donald Trump's decision to hire, I'm probably going to butcher the name, Anthony Scaramucci as the new communications director at 10 a.m. on Friday, and Trump requested that Mr. Spicer stay on, but Mr. Spicer told Mr. Trump that he believed that the appointment was a major mistake and has since resigned. Well, this is interesting. It does seem, at least to me, that Sean Spicer's departure has been rumoured for quite some time, and he's been a frequent target of the ire and correctives of the president, which I'm sure cannot have been a pleasant experience to both having to defend the president when he says the dumbest shit and having Donald Trump correct you left, right and centre. It would definitely wear on your nerves, and I do feel at least a bit for him because of the bullshit he's been through. But really, when you look at all of the lies he said, you really can't feel for him too much. So, this is a major blow for both Donald Trump and the White House Chief of Staff. Mainly, this is a blow for former Republican Chairman Reince Priebus. He was going to meet with Mr. Scaramucci on Friday. This was according to a West Wing official. And when Mr. Scaramucci was introduced, applause could be heard all the way into the second floor communication hallway. To give you an idea as to the train wreck that was the 6 months of Sean Spicer's time as the press secretary, here are 5 times it definitely wasn't fun to be Sean Spicer. The first time is, of course, the claim that Donald Trump's inauguration was the biggest ever. I'll give you the specific quote. Quote, "This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration, period, both in person and around the globe." End quote. Which, of course, when you take a look at this photo comparison here, is obviously bullshit. Spicer ended the briefing by saying, quote, "These attempts to lessen the enthusiasm of the inauguration are shameful and wrong." End quote. This, of course, led to the infamous phrase, quote, "alternative facts," end quote, being coined. The second time is the comparison between Hitler and Assad when he said, quote, "You had someone as despicable as Hitler who didn't even sink to using chemical weapons," end quote, despite the fact that the Nazi death camps used poison gas, mainly Zyklon B, which releases hydrogen cyanide when exposed to oxygen and is an inhibitor of ATP synthase. Anyway, Spicer did apologise, saying, quote, "I mistakenly used an inappropriate and insensitive comment about the Holocaust and there is no comparison. For that, I apologise. It was a mistake to do." End quote. The third time is the two of a number of times when Sean Spicer mangled names. Firstly, when he referred to the Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, as, quote, "Joe Trudeau," end quote. And secondly, and more personally offensive, when he referred to my country's Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, as, quote, "Prime Minister Trumbull," end quote. The fourth time was just after James Corney was fired by Trump back in May, where reporters searched for and found Sean Spicer to ask him questions about Comey's shock dismissal. According to a report in the Washington Post, Sean Spicer was found hiding among bushes, which led to a lot of memes relating to that. Fifthly, and finally, a testy exchange in March when Sean Spicer accused April Ryan, a veteran reporter at American Urban Radio Networks, of, quote, "having an agenda," end quote, and telling her to, quote, "report the facts," end quote. And then Spicer went on to condescendingly tell Ryan to, quote, "stop shaking your head," end quote. Yes, it has been nothing but a train wreck for 6 months for Sean Spicer. He's gone. We'll see what happens with the new press secretary role. So, that is my video for this week. I hope you found it interesting. Please rate, comment, share and subscribe, and have a great day, everyone.